It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup, Big Dog Country Radio. Here on this Tuesday morning, the 16th day of March. And, Bob, we got Senator Blake Tillery. Oops, you got to be plugged in, don't you? We got Senator Blake Tillery on the phone with us right now. Take it away, Bob.
Well, again, Blake's got a meeting at 8:10, so we've got a short time with him. But, Blake, we'll just ask you right off the top what's going on, what we need to know about besides the budget.
Oh, the budget still is the biggest one right now. It's taken all of my time. We've been up here quite a few hours and did a little Georgia Public Broadcasting hour-long show on it last night to kind of give folks an idea of what is going on. Remember, there's a lot of federal funds coming in from the American Recovery Plan, and we're trying to figure out how those affect the budget and how those affect state dollars particularly.
And what's on the horizon for today?
Today, there's actually nothing on the rules calendar in the Senate, so there's tons of committee meetings. In fact, I'm watching one on the TV in the corner of the room right now. One's finishing up as we're speaking. So I think the first one this morning was at 7:30. Several other things on tap today, mainly committee meetings moving things forward. The Ethics Committee met yesterday concerning a few more things about elections bills that had mattered to folks back home in our community. And this was about absentee ballots and about providing where folks feel that the signature audit is somewhat subjective. Is that Bob's signature or is that Blake's signature? This provides an alphanumeric code and an ID number that keep those together and prove the person who was requesting the absentee ballot to begin with is actually the person who voted it later based on numbers. So that's one of the other bills moving forward. Several other things. Committee meetings are full today, so I imagine I'll be sitting in Judiciary till late to the evening.
I'm sorry, I'm losing. Okay, go ahead.
Say that again, Blake. You'll be sitting until the evening in meetings?
Yeah, I imagine I'll be sitting in the Judiciary Committee till late into this evening.
Okay.
So, again, it's winding down quickly. Again, as we talked to Stephen on Monday, he says that election reform legislation, that's going to be the big battle. How do you see it playing out? What's actually going to be passed before it's all said and done? You have any idea?
That's a great question. It'll be a merger, I'm sure, of the Senate version and the House version, but it seems like the focus right now really is on making sure that the absentee ballots that are cast are actually cast by the people who say they're casting them. So that's one of the biggest legislative debates right now. And then also the other one that's sort of brewing is this visitation bill. During COVID, a lot of folks were unable to visit their loved ones in nursing homes and hospitals, and there's a huge push here to make sure that if we ever enter any type of pandemic like that again, that families are able to visit with their loved ones for at least a limited time, taking appropriate security and safety measures, of course, so that our elderly who are in nursing homes don't end up in situations where they have to go 6 months or so without seeing their family except through glass.
Monday, a new phase of the vaccine where more people are eligible. So how's that going? Have you heard from your district? Is the vaccine available for those that want it?
Well, that's the biggest thing that we have right now is getting the supply out. There's another Johnson & Johnson vaccines come online. We're getting many more shipments of that. We're opening up more mass vaccination sites across the state, and we're seeing local communities do that as well. Thankful to the folks in Wayne County, the first responders and the folks on the front line who've been pushing that out through Wayne Memorial and other providers. We're getting better at it. We've done a really good job of vaccinating the folks who are over 65. We're not doing so well in the under 65 category. So we're going to move into that more as things have opened up here, like you said, just about 24 hours ago.
And again, we always ask you and Stephen and Blake, and Bill Werkheiser, what's on the minds of the constituents, and you keep in touch with everybody. So as these final days approach, what's the main topic that you hear from?
Well, since the beginning, I've told you it's been elections and really the budget, and as things that play into the budget matter to our community, and then COVID-19 vaccines and COVID-19 relief. Well, there's a new one that's sort of sprouted up now, and that's daylight savings time. There were a couple of bills in the House, a couple in the Senate that were about daylight savings time, and then with us moving daylight savings time just this past weekend, getting a whole lot more comments on that than I expected.
And what's the sentiment? Like you said last time, people would like it to stay like this, but it'd have to be an act of Congress to do that. Is that correct?
That's correct. So personally, I would rather stay on daylight savings time year-round. I want my sunlight in the afternoon. But Congress doesn't allow that. The U.S. Congress will allow us to go to standard time year-round. 2 states have already done that. Or they will allow us to do what we do with the flipping back and forth. There's a bill in Congress right now that would let us go to daylight savings time year-round, but it's not yet passed. The Senate bill that passed the Senate says that if Congress would allow us to go to daylight savings time year-round, we would. And then the House bill basically says, yeah, we're going to daylight savings time year-round. So I don't know how the House bill jives with federal law, but that's what we've got pending right now.
And I asked Stephen yesterday, I asked you, when you first get up there's all kinds of proposed legislation back and forth. What's dead in the water at this point? What will we not see?
Well, first of all, nothing's ever dead till we adjourn, sine die. I learned that my first year. But when we're teaching this academically, if a bill does not pass one chamber before crossover day, it's dead. So casino gambling would be dead. The horse racing bill would be dead. Any of the bills that had limits on guns are dead. That's the ones I can think of off the top of my head right now.
Okay, and like I said, you always reach out to your constituents, so anybody who wants to get in touch with Senator Blake Tillery, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, thanks for always reminding me of that, too. The office number up here is 404-656-0089. You'll get Kathleen. Remember, she's also working for Senator Strickland, so half of her time is devoted to helping answer questions that I have. Or you can just call my cell phone. It's 912-245-9915.
Okay, Blake, I know you got to get to another meeting, but I do appreciate you calling in, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Thank y'all for the opportunity. Y'all have a good day.
Okay, thank you very much. Senator Blake Tillery right here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. Well, we got some folks from the Wayne County IDA out in the green room right now. We'll have them on the air in just a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Mostly cloudy, slight chance of showers early. Then a 40% chance of showers, slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms, gusty winds, upper 70s. Showers, a likely chance of thunderstorms this evening. Then a chance of showers, slight chance of thunder late night, low 60s. Tomorrow, chance of showers, slight chance of thunder early. Then showers likely, slight chance of afternoon thunder, high, low 80s. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
It's the Wayne County Young Farmers Spring Truck Pull, Friday and Saturday, March 19th and 20th, 7 p.m. both nights. Join the Wayne County Young Farmers for lots of family fun and entertainment.
Get ready for the truck pull.
Watch the 2- and 4-wheel drive modified trucks, 2-wheel drive blower trucks, 2-wheel drive pro street trucks, the 4-wheel drive pro stock trucks, and the 4-wheel drive diesel truck. It's the Wayne County Young Farmers Spring Truck Pull, Friday and Saturday, March 19th and 20th, 7 p.m. both nights. Both Friday night and Saturday night, 7 p.m. Adults $12, 6 to 12, $6. Children under 6 are free. Concessions will be available and no alcoholic beverages allowed. At the Jessup J.C. Fairground, Highway 84.
Across from the Reindeer Pulp Mill in Jessup.
This Friday and Saturday night, 7 p.m. both nights. For more information, call 912-294-3484 or Wayne County Young Farmers on Facebook.
This is Charles Huffman at Jessup Housing Outlet. If you haven't been to Jessup Housing Outlet lately, you're missing out on a large selection of new and exciting floor plans from the nation's top manufacturers like Clayton, Fleetwood, Scott Built, and Homes of Merit. All of our homes feature modern kitchens and appliances, R60 and higher installation values, thermopane windows, and energy-efficient heat pumps. We have 2 locations to serve you, 2452 Savannah Highway in Jessup and Highway 301 South between I-16 and the bypass in Statesboro. Come see Charles or stay today.
Oh, Oh, Big Dog Country Radio. The mics are on now, by God. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. And we're continuing on here with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. Bob, who do we have in the studio with us now?
We got members of the IDA in here. We got the IDA Director, Mr. Dale Keith, along with County Administrator Ed Jeffords and City Commissioner Nick Harris. I have no idea what they're here for to talk about, but it's going to be big news, so I'll let
We got these three gentlemen in. It's got to be big news.
I didn't see the three gentlemen yesterday at the hearing, so they must be doing something else. So
okay.
That's right, Bob. We're actually trying to kick off an effort to increase the broadband within Wayne County. There's a real need and a real focus on that within the state. A lot of legislation's been changed and put out there. There's money available. And one day Ed gave me a call and said, "Look, we need to step up our efforts with this broadband." It became very apparent to us, like probably February or March of last year when we had to shut our schools down, that we had a real need. And this community expects us to be looking forward and doing those kind of things. And we got together. We got Nick from the city. And Nick's also got the expertise, because I don't know the difference between a kilowatt and a megawatt or whatever.
Yeah, Nick's got the expertise.
That's right. So we had to have this team put together, and we've been dealing with it now for probably about 7 or 8 months. We've contacted other communities on what they did and how they went about the process, but we're really looking for a public-private type situation. We know funding is difficult to come by, and so we have put our efforts into this. And the first thing on our effort is a survey, and to find out where the shortfalls are within our county, and also to find out whether the service is acceptable. Some people say they have service, but it's very weak, and so it doesn't actually work properly. What I have found out, and we sat in on one meeting, was the parents would say they really want this for their kids' education, and that's so many mega gigs or whatever, but what they really want is to be able to watch Netflix and those kind of things.
There's always the reason that sounds good and then the real reason.
That's right. That's right.
And almost anything.
And so we've been working towards those goals and trying to get those things fixed up. From an economic development standpoint, it's a quality of life issue. It's something that when we get industries to look at our community, you have to be able to show that the housing's affordable, that we have a workforce out there, and that we have the amenities that all the other communities have. And, I love Jessup and Wayne County. It's got football, baseball, golf, hunting and fishing. That's all I need. So, but some of these communities require a little more than that.
Well, we can follow on the legislature, our legislation, and of course the governor's put a bunch of money in the budget for rural broadband. So the question is, how much do we get?
Yeah, and we'll have to apply for that.
Do we have any idea?
We don't know what that would be. We'll have to apply for that. The first step is to become a broadband community.
Yeah, broadband community. That was in the comprehensive plan, and we applied for it, and I think it's accepted. We have to be ready for it, and this is what the survey is about. We want to demonstrate to the providers out there that there is a need and a want. More so a want for this service. Once we get that, then we think that we can attract partners, the private sector, to come in and provide this service. Technology is all over the place, and we're not set up as a county or in a government agency to provide that service. We just want them to facilitate the opportunity for a private sector to come in here and provide that. And
County Administrator Ed Jeffords speaking there, just in case you're just listening. Okay? Just going to let folks know, who was that voice right there?
Yeah.
County Administrator Ed Jeffords, now back to Dale Keith.
So where's the survey at, and how do they fill it out?
Well, the survey can be found in several different areas. We've got paper copies at the chamber, the commission office, the library, City Hall, and Jessup, Odom, and Scriven, and at the newspaper. But the effort that we're really putting forth is on the internet, and it is a internet address, and that address is www.waynechamber.com/survey. It'll probably take you a total of 4 or 5 minutes to fill it out, if that much. It's really important information because, like I said, when you start talking about a county the size of Wayne, we're 600 and something square miles. There's a lot of areas that we're trying to get to. It's a big elephant, and we're not going to be able to eat the whole elephant at one time. We're going to have to take little bites on the thing. So we've got to create areas that would produce enough income for the companies that you partner up with to be interested in coming in and doing those kind of things.
Where are the problem areas in Wayne County, Dale?
Well, we don't know all the problem areas, but I suspect when you start getting out into the rural area, out 169, out toward Kville and some of those areas, it's probably very spotty out there what they can get.
And maybe down 301 South and out in that area. Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, and it's all over the rural area of the county, and
what will be done to improve that service? Better lines going to them, or what?
Well, I tell you what, maybe we need to talk a little bit about, and let Nick talk to this, about the different types of systems that are out there.
Okay.
And once we get this survey information in, we'll get back together with a larger group than just the three of us and try to decide which direction that we need to go.
All right. Someone just texted in, Oglethorpe community is an area that has a slow, and someone just texted in, I'll pay top dollar for internet. And they're the folks from Oglethorpe community, so they're wanting it bad out there. Nick Harris.
Well, and that's one of the things the survey does is it's going to show us where the biggest needs are.
Okay.
And that's where we will start. And I say we, trying to get a company to come in and show them exactly, we have this need, we have this want, let's say in Mount Pleasant, Oglethorpe community, or such. That's what we did. Is we've met with the DCA folks 2 or 3 times. We've met with some communities, Oglethorpe County, Crisp County, Meriwether counties, and they've already started in doing. Oglethorpe has a wireless infrastructure. And they just went online, a month ago?
So they got a wireless...
Right, wireless towers.
Okay, wireless towers that folks will pick up from. I know in some areas that the REMCs or VMCs are being involved. Have they been involved in this conversation? So tell any of the rest of them.
We've spoken with them. The state government just let some money out in middle Georgia.
Yeah, they did in middle. There's a couple of them there.
Right. And so where we're at right now, we're trying to get the need focused in on where we want it, and then we will talk with the state. We'll talk with the vendors, if you will, on what we can do to fix it.
Okay, so basically from what you said, Ed, is we got to show the fact that we want it, and show them the surveys and the information that we have the need, so they will send the monies this way. We just can't just sit back and say, well, maybe they'll send it to us one day. We got to do an effort, right, Ed?
That's right. We got to do our homework first, and determine the need and the want. Mm-hmm. And we've been focused on growth, and Dale has done a great job with that. And part of this growth, the quality growth, is providing the service. But again, we don't know what the technology is going to bring to us. There's options out there. Nick has explained is pretty savvy about this technology, whether it's fiber to the door or wireless. It's all above, but the expertise will come from the vendors, and if we give them the market is there,
right,
then they'll come. I believe,
because people will have to pay for it. This person said they'd pay some good money for good internet out in the Oglethorpe community. So Nick, we're back to maybe wireless, maybe some fiber.
Well, fiber. If you look at Brantley County, they've got fiber to every address.
Wow.
Bacon County is the same way. The reason behind that, those are private companies that did that.
Okay.
Brantley County, right, they're local telephone
companies did that.
So we're just at a point now we're trying to get the information. The government's not going to give you money or help you unless you have a project ready to go.
Okay.
I mean, you've got to
get your ducks in a row,
Correct.
and then hopefully you get the money. Okay. Anything else from a technical standpoint that people need to be aware of, Nick, when it comes to this?
No, we just need to know what kind of internet you have. If you have it, does it work? There's satellite internet out there that works sometimes it doesn't. Most of the folks, I think our providers here is Comcast, Windstream, AT&T, and then your mobile wireless folks.
Right.
And then all the different satellite folks, but satellite's really 5K, expensive.
Is that what's called? Is that coming to Wayne County? Has any of them started, Verizon or AT&T yet?
5G.
5G.
I think it is, but we were told by AT&T rep one time that the 5G that we will get is not really the 5G they'll have in Atlanta.
All right, so ours is like a 4.5, and there's a 5 up there. All right, so go back to Dale. Well, let's talk about that website the folks can go to fill out this survey to help get the monies coming in. Is it coming from the state or the feds?
No, this is state programs.
State program
that are being talked about right now.
Okay.
And Blake could have addressed that just a while ago. It's just recently starting to come out. And the governor's behind it 110%. He understands the need to bring the state of Georgia up to a standard. Yeah. The whole state is looking at this. Every rural county is looking for opportunity to increase their broadband. Everybody's starting to see now that it is just something we're going to have going forward.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schools that are still staying, some staying home, some going to school. Even our jobs, working out of your house instead of traveling. I haven't been to Atlanta one time since last February because I'm able to join those meetings with Zoom, but you got to have a good Wi-Fi and broadband to be able to make that happen.
Right.
So it's here. It's something that we needed to deal with, and I was certainly proud that both the city and the county would step up and have enough vision to think that we need to go ahead and do things and get started. And it's going to be really good for us. The survey is extremely important. We need to get a good understanding of where the needs are, whether they're poor service or no service. And like I said earlier, we've got some places where you can pick up a hard survey. I will also share this. We've got the Junior Chamber of Commerce at the schoolhouses at 3 o'clock, where you have the ride lines where everybody lines up to pick up their kids, and handing them out and filling them out. The first day or two that we put it out there on the system, we had 498 responses on our survey.
Well, great.
We need to have a tremendous amount of response.
Right, so that was just starting off the bat there.
That's right. Within one day, we had 500. So we've got to get that number up substantially so it gives us a better understanding of what we're talking about.
So once again, that website, because I'm going to type it in while you say it.
All right, it's www.waynechamber.com/survey.
Okay. All right, so that's the website the folks can go to. There it is, Broadband Wayne. It just came up there, Broadband Wayne survey. And then the questions are like, do you currently have internet service at your Wayne County residence? If you do not have internet, what is the main reason you do not have it at your residence? And just goes on from there.
That's right.
Just all kinds of questions there, just easy to fill out.
That's right. And the address part of it is really important. Because that is a secured site, so we need that information to be able to kind of formulate an area to work from.
Now let's say that you live in the city of Jessup and you get great internet service. Do you still need to fill it out? Or is it folks who are mainly out in the county or areas that people have problems with?
I think you need to fill it out.
You still need to fill it out, Ed?
Right. It's about the quality. Even if you have internet, what kind of quality internet do you have?
Okay.
And the lines are merged with, we just want to improve the service and the quality of life in the county, which includes the cities.
Okay. Any of y'all hooked up to 5G yet?
Nope.
Anywhere? No, but I just wonder how much faster it is than the 4G that we currently have.
No.
Don't know. So no one knows. Not even you, Nick, when this is your expertise area. You haven't gone anywhere, because no one hasn't really gone much anywhere like they used to. I haven't gone anywhere either. It's like, in the boundaries of Wayne County just about for the last year. But this is their surveys right here. Just go to it, folks. It's waynechamber.com/survey. And fill it out. That's all Wayne County is do that to help get us that state funds down here to spread that internet evenly throughout the county.
A couple more points. The survey will be available through April 15th. And, of course, we encourage everyone to fill them out, even in the cities, because you might have Comcast or AT&T and you don't like it. Or, you always continue to have troubles. So we want a good cross-section of Wayne County. And if you have any problems with the survey or have any questions, you can always call Candy Harris or Dina Bennett at 427-2028.
And what is their position with this?
Candy Harris works at the IDA, and Dina Bennett is with the Chamber of Commerce.
Okay. All right, someone just texted in, 5G is much faster. Okay? And it must be, because they're spending multi-millions putting these towers up everywhere for the 5G in these big cities. And, it's going to be good. I think this is great. Just a great initiative here between the county and the city and the IDA to come together to help to bring a faster internet and better internet to all of Wayne County.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. City, Nick, county, Ed, IDA, Dale, and I know Wayne County has appreciated the effort that y'all putting in this to get this information out there, to get the information together, to present to these companies, the vendors that would come in here and give us the faster internet and better internet service.
Thank you.
Anything else for him, Bob? Bob, anything else? Bob just said, I don't know.
I know what I want to ask Mr. Harris, but I won't do it.
No, we're staying on the what they came in here for, Bob.
I understand.
If he wants to set up another interview for another subject, we'll do that at another time.
I'll talk to him off the air.
All right. So, Dale, what's going on with the IDA right now? People are saying, anybody looking at us, any current industry looking to expand? What's going on with the IDA when it comes to that?
Yes and yes. We've got quite a few things going on. We do have a prospect that we're talking to in our 341 site.
Now, that's right down the radio station here on the left-hand side.
No, 341 is down there between Garda and
341 way out there toward Mount Pleasant. This is
right.
the one y'all just opened up down here that's going to connect from 84 here all the way over to the old, the current
that's right.
IDA site.
That's right. We've got a prospect. We're going through that process. Unfortunately, I can't share any other information other than that.
How far down is that site, down Highway 341 toward Mount Pleasant?
It's about 12 miles from the red light at McDonald's.
Okay.
On the left-hand side.
On the left-hand side there.
We have about 500 acres down there. We have taken some T-Splosh money from the heart of Georgia, and we're able to pave that road down there for about $525,000. So we have a nice, what I consider to be a spine road that runs down the middle of it.
Okay.
It shows real well. I showed it to the prospect probably about 3 weeks ago.
Now, what makes a property like this show real well?
Well, most of the time, the term is pad ready was what they would like to see.
Okay.
And pad ready is clear cut, no stumps, just a flat land that has water
ready
and
to
sewer.
put the pad down.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so we're not in that situation down there, but we can be because we do have some pine trees that have been growing on that piece of property since we bought it in 2008. And so we can harvest those trees, clear the property fairly quickly.
Okay.
And so what kind
of utilities can they get down there?
Well, that's the biggest challenge with that property is the water and sewer. So we have to focus our efforts on finding the industry that's not a big water user or not a big sewage capacity user. Because both of those systems cost millions of dollars to put in.
That's a long way down to extend that.
That's right.
What do you promote for that property down there for when people look at it? What can it provide them that would be competitive for us here in Wayne County to bring in industry in that?
Well, there are some manufacturing opportunities out there. I foresee that park in the long run being a large distribution type facility.
Okay.
Because it's actually, if it's 12 miles from us, it's 18 miles to the interstate down there.
Right.
Which is not that far.
No.
Because we have a 4-lane for 341, so it's not that difficult to drive. the main issue, like I mentioned a while ago, has been the water and sewer in most of these projects. We do have opportunities, and one of the challenges we have when we get a prospect is to not get eliminated. And if you can't check off all the boxes, then you're just your name's out of the hat right out the gate. So we do have one down there, and hopefully that thing will materialize, and it would be extremely good for the community and for that park down there. We really need someone in that park to get us jump-started.
Right. And I know the 4-lane is one of the attractive points of that park down there. Is there any rail connection?
It does have rail capability to that property, and that's a huge benefit. Now, when you come back into town here, we're developing 300 acres across the street from you over here.
Right, down here on 84 past the radio station.
We don't have any prospects or anything at this point looking at that, but the county has been extremely gracious in helping us get our spine road, for lack of a better term. We're going to have a dirt road that runs all the way to the back of the property that we can show off 3 larger tracks. Okay. One of the challenges that we always have when prospects call, they want to start out with they need 50 acres. Well, I don't have any 50-acre sites in Jessup. I've got a 40, I've got a 33, I've got a 23. Okay. So it was important for us to have enough vision from our board to create the opportunities for the future, and that's what we're trying to do here with this new industrial park. The property's highland. That's always a challenge. You've got to work around wetlands in South Georgia, and this piece of property had like 90%.
The one here on 84?
Of high land over there. Good. The entrance that's right across the street from you over here goes back about 1,000 feet to the 300-acre tract, so it's kind of back off into the woods up back there. Our plans are to create a very nice entrance, something that everybody in Wayne County will be proud of. And hopefully once we get the road, then we'll be waiting because of money. We'll have to wait until we get the T-Splosh reapproved. And the county has been gracious enough to put our economic development roads top on the list for that.
All right, sounds good. Just, appreciate you giving us the information during the IDA when we got through talking about the survey situation there with the internet. But I think it's great to have the county in here, the city in here, and the IDA working together to improve internet service to all of Wayne County, to give this information to the vendors so they can come in and say, all right, let's do it. Let's expand it out there in the county. And just like this person in Oglethorpe, they say, thank you for working on it.
Good.
All right. Anything else for him this morning, Bob? All right, Nick, Dale, Ed,
thank you.
Appreciate y'all coming in so much. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, by First Southern Bank, by Murphy Builder Supply, and also brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.